Hey guys, as promised. So, back around springtime, we had got some news in the family, and my brother was having a baby. And we like, hey, everybody's having kids all of a sudden. Hey, my brother having a baby. Um, Now he does have another child, but that child is 15 years old. We never really was in his life. We never got a chance to see him since he was like 2, right? So this was a big deal in our family. Like, oh my God, you got another chance at being a father, and oh, I'm so happy for you. So like essentially he was starting over. Like this was a fresh start for him to be a daddy and me to be auntie. Now the supportive sister that I am was like, okay, so my brother having a baby, this is great timing. I just had a baby, so I got some insight being that he's starting fresh. I could tell him all the little things that I learned. I could pass down all my everythings, because at this time we didn't know whether or not he was gonna have a girl or a boy. But I'm like, it's 50-50 chance. So if you do have a boy, then I got all these clothes and they all in great condition. I got all these toys. I got 2 car seats, 2 strollers. Like, it's just perfect. I got 1 kid, so I can just give you the extras of all the things that I have, and then I can step in and maybe get you some diapers or whatever. But that at this point, you got clothes, you got shoes, you don't even have to worry. I had my baby, I didn't buy anything. It was all given to me. I was showered with gifts. People were just coming in, blessing me left and right. So I honestly didn't have to come out of pocket until my child was 1. So I felt blessed, and I just wanted to pass that blessing on to somebody else. So at this time also, I knew they were going through a lot. The baby mom had reached out to me a couple times. It was explaining to me how she was uncomfortable, how she wasn't getting great night's rest, and they were in and out of people's houses, like going from place to place. They didn't have their own place. In and out of hotels, the whole 9 yards. They needed help. And then they didn't have a vehicle. So in my mind, I'm like, dang, y'all having a brand new baby. And even though this is exciting for the family, it's not really exciting for you, and it's not exciting for the baby because of the potential struggles, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I know you need a car to travel around. You in the north, it's cold, it's icy, it's snowy. Like, especially around the time that she was going to give birth, I knew that, it was going to be snow. So I'm like, yo, y'all can't be catching a bus with a newborn baby, or even like staying in and out of hotels with a newborn baby. Like, the baby needs some stability. I talked to her on the phone a few times, and I was like, dang, like, I don't know what I can do to possibly help you, especially with you being that far. The situation sucks, and I know the situation sucks. Like, I don't know what I can do, but let me call you back. Let me figure something out, and I'll call you back. So I called my boyfriend. I explained to him the situation. I'm like, babe, this was going on. My partner and my brother, they got a real good relationship. So I'm like, this might could work. Maybe I can invite him to come stay at our place. And then I'll get them right. I'll go ahead. We got job connections here, places to stay. We can find them some place to stay, help them build their credit. The whole 9 yards. They got a new fresh start, so why not help them out? Nobody helped us. We had to get everything out of the mud, but I can at least pass on a blessing to somebody else. I could be somebody else's blessing right now because God gave us the opportunity. We got this nice house. We got a spare bedroom.
And 5 cars. One of them we was willing to give them sell them for $1,000, and the only thing it needed was a radiator. And we told them we had a radiator. All they had to do was pay to get the radiator put in, and they can use that to get around from jobs and appointments and for their apartment hunting.
It's perfect. It's perfect. So Ben's like, all right, cool. So he on board with the whole situation. So I call her back. I'm like, all right, so look, this is what we can do. And this gonna be the situation. We'll help you find work. We'll help you find a place to stay. You won't have to run across anybody in your past because y'all live in the same city. It'll be a brand new start for the both of y'all.
Because that was part of his issue, was that everybody was looking at her and she know too many people, and she gonna messing with this person and she messing with that person because of his own insecurities.
She said, I need some time to think about it. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me know. I'll send for y'all. I'll give y'all a bus ticket. So now we talking back and forth for a couple days, like 2 days. And she keep telling me, oh my gosh, I'm in this situation, Bree. And I'm like, all right, well, the offer's still on the table. The offer is still there. And then she started telling me that the two of them are bumping heads. And, you know, he wants to stay someplace with her family, her son or situation or something like that. And she leaving him. And I'm like, girl, y'all been back and forth for 10 years now. You pregnant, y'all not going nowhere. Y'all, you like family. Like, you been like family. Like, I know you having my blood now, but y'all been family. So I'm like, the offer is still there. She's like, oh my gosh, her daughter needs to come with her. If she come, it's only right because she got to be a responsible adult that her daughter has to come. I'm like, kind of makes sense. I'm like, I'm not really here for that right now. Not for your teenage daughter to come, because then she's gonna have to find a school and everything else. And you know, it sounds crazy, but the daughter wasn't staying with her right now anyway. The daughter is staying with her dad. So why uproot the daughter and then both of y'all come? Or you could just come now, since you're not living with the daughter isn't living with you now. You could just come and get yourself together. You and my brother could come and get yourself together, or just you right now and then have my brother come along too. And then get yourself together. And then you could send for your baby. Because that's understandable. I mean, she's a young girl, but she's not staying with you right now. So that's my whole thing. It's like, she's not staying with you right now. Why she gotta come right now? So I'm like, all right, yeah, okay. I know this little girl since she was real little. Boom. You need her to come. You want to be a good parent. Bring your baby. That's fine. You don't trust that I'll send for her next. That's fine. Bring her on. So I'm like, all right, well, the bus is this much and it's gonna take this many hours to get here. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just do you one better. I'm gonna up it to a ticket and get you a flight, because it'll only be like 2 hours as opposed to 20 hours and no connections, and it'll just be simpler. The whole process will be just so much smoother. So I buy the ticket. They get on the plane. I'm excited. I meet them at the airport to pick them up. And I'm like, hey y'all, this is my family. I'm excited. I know my brother couldn't come along, but I'm still talking to my brother whenever I can. I know he's working. He's a little more secretive. He's a Gemini, so I was hearing a lot from the baby mom. Now, what I did not know, that this was going to be the beginning of World War III. This was going to be the beginning of the biggest family feud I have ever seen. So everything was fine. Day 1, day 2, she did tell him on day 1, like, okay, I done moved in with your sister. I know we was in the middle of that breakup at the time, or we parted ways at the time, or whatever. And then Bree sent for me and my baby. And so now we're here in South Carolina. And he like, oh, you left me. He like, huh, well, that's interesting that you left me, but I guess it's okay because it's my sister and I love her. And I'm like, right. Right. Yeah, she in good hands. She's straight. And I was like, well, when you come here? Whew. And then maybe day 3, on probably around day 3-ish, a switch, like, bloop, just hit a switch. And then he started blowing up her phone. And now the conversation done shift. And now he angry. And she running off and not like talking to him around me no more. she like in a room talking to him or outside talking to him, and he like mad all of a sudden, like, man, you really left me, you really left me. And at first I took it lightly, like, you know, girl, please, like, tell him to come on. What's his problem? Like, what's his problem? Like, he mad? She like, yeah, girl, he mad. So I'm like, well, he'll be all right. He'll get over it. Tell him whenever he's ready, the ticket is there for him too. And explain the situation. I done explained the situation. I done showed her all the baby toys. Like, yeah, all this is yours. You can have this. We about to go ahead and we about to get you this place. We about to find this job. We got a job lined up for him already. All he got to do is come. I got to find you something because you're pregnant, so you limited. The daughter, she not in school right now anyway for the year. She gonna start again next year. So she can find work and we can go and talk to some places she can do like fast food or something. She ain't never had a job, so she can do anything at this point. But none of that seemed to be good enough. This man started calling her, calling me, calling my partner, blowing us up, talking about something how he was gonna kill me, he gonna kill her, he gonna kill the baby. He said, F that baby, F y'all. I said, wait, you gonna kill me? Out of all people, me? Like, that's mad crazy to me. Like, you gonna kill me? For doing the right thing, for trying to help you better your situation, you gonna kill me? This man started going off talking about how, yeah, hurt people, and I'm hurt, so when I see you, it's this, that, and the third, and you know I don't play, so I'm gonna take you out. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I told baby mom, like, look, girl, I'm about to have him committed. Like, he need help, obviously, because this is not right. This thing went on for a month and a half, 2 months. Like, after the first 2 weeks, the severity of the situation just kind of escalated. And it wasn't no regular just talking now. Now he just like foaming out the mouth. He blowing us up. He's sending me long paragraphs. Like, this man don't even text. But he's sending me long paragraphs, how he can't stand me, how I took his dog from him, I took his baby mom from him, and now I'm taking his baby from him. I'm like, bro, what? Like, first off, I do have his dog from years ago, but only because he was in the same situation 10 years before with the same girl. Red flags, right? He was in the same situation with the girl from a year before. I mean, from 10 years before, and they had to move out of a house quick. I had space. I had a dog already. I said, okay, I'll go ahead and get your dog. Mind you, he left the dog. He abandoned the dog. I had to break into the house to get the dog. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll get your dog. That's how I ended up with the dog. But now, 10 years later, it's you took my dog, you took my baby mom, you took my baby. Like, bro, what? I was at the point, like, you know, this is a serious mental illness at this point. Baby mom don't want me to get him committed. She want him to stay out. So I was like, you know what? It's really crazy because no matter how much you want to help somebody, you can't help anybody unless they truly want to be helped. Like you can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. So after all this, I did go ahead and find the girl a job. She decided not to go to work. The mom was making excuses. Oh, she needs her birth certificate. I didn't bring it. I'm not going to send for it. And just excuse after excuse. She wanted her trauma bond. Basically, that's what it boiled down to. She wanted to go back to her trauma bond. So between her and her daughter, she's like, oh, well, my daughter is missing her friends, and daughter's giving her a hard time now because she got a boyfriend back at home. And so, you know what I did? I got them a one-way ticket back to the streets. Sent them right on back. Sent them right on back to the streets. I say, you can't help nobody that don't want to be helped, so that's that. I lost contact with everything from that side, and unregrettably so. When she eventually did have the baby, I seen the baby once because of a third party situation, and that was it. And now we're working on a whole year, and I ain't talked to neither one of them. Like no more than like once or twice. That's it. I don't even care to ask what you're doing, how you doing. It is what it is. I know I'm the best thing that they lost. So it is what it is. But that's it. That's all, folks. So until next time, I love you all.
Get some air now, let your edge out. To some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out?